They have stood for hours up to their knees in sewage. But the soldiers and the barbed wire and the sheer numbers stand in their way of getting on a plane. As the desperation of those surrounding Kabul airport grows, the chances of being evacuated are shrinking. And last night, President Biden confirmed his deadline is staying in place.
We are currently on a pace to finish by August the 31st. The sooner we can finish, the better.
Before then, the flights are increasing even more. One currently leaves every 45 minutes. The UK's evacuated 10,000 in this 13-day exodus, but the Foreign Secretary today warned numbers will decrease well ahead of next Tuesday's deadline.
We've got days left, not weeks, but equally we're going to be making sure we've got contingency plans for what happens next. The Taliban will not be able to coercively, hermetically seal the border, and we will make sure that we live up to our commitments to any outstanding nationals or Afghan workers, and we'll be willing, if they can get to a third country, to process them there.
These evacuees reached Belgian soil in the last few hours, but the constraints of time are pressing hard. One military expert who acted as an advisor to the government during the British campaign in southern Afghanistan says further evacuations are unlikely after Friday.
The talk is now that there's at most 48 hours worth of operations for the British end of the evacuation, because the British will want to evacuate before the Americans evacuate. And of course, as you would expect, in the last 12 hours or so of that, it'll mostly be focused on the retrograde and repatriation of British military personnel and equipment. So the window is rapidly closing.
This former mayor of a central Afghan city managed to arrive in Germany late on Monday. The sense of loss is now sinking in.
I miss everything. I miss my office. I miss my colleagues. I miss those happy women who were just all around the city and who were just there. I miss everything.
As more than 10,000 now await evacuation at Kabul, these men, women and children joined a US plane. But planes and time itself are running out as the deadline approaches.
Well, Julian joins me now live from Westminster. Julian, from what we know, how will the next few days pan out?
Catherine, there was a Pentagon briefing in the last hour and the officials said that they will continue to evacuate people, quote, all the way to the end if we have to. That makes it sound like a constant flow of people up to that deadline next Tuesday. So it was slightly undermined by other comments where he said that they would prioritise moving out of military capability and military resources. The world is watching that airport, of course, and President Biden adding an extra dimension to things, saying that there is the possibility of a terrorist attack there. He was talking about this regional offshoot of the Islamic State terror group called ISIS-K. They are sworn enemies of the Taliban. This was one of the main factors by him not extending that deadline. A main reason as well why Poland today has said that it won't do any more evacuations. A minister there saying that things are simply too risky now.
Thank you very much.